Talk to your mama. Talk to your mama. Don't talk to me. Talk to your mama. The same reason why your mama wanted more money and she told she wanted child support. And she think, I'm going to continue to do for y'all. Nah, that shit dead. Talk to your mama. Don't call me for nothing. Y'all don't even have to call me no more. Talk to your mama, not me. Deal with your mama. Now call your mama and talk to your mama about it. Ask her why she did what she did, and that explains why I did what I did. Now, I would not be coming to get y'all no more. Yes, I am home. I'm not coming to get y'all no more. Talk to your mama. She don't care about how y'all feel, so fuck you. She don't care about the kids. That bitch is money hungry. So fuck that shit. I'm not coming no more.
Yo, what's good? What it do? This K-City Red Pill Alpha. Before we get into everything, fellas, don't ever act this way in front of your children due to the circumstances that you created. You gotta remember, you had those children. No one put a gun to your head. You know, we don't do the violent thing, but you get what I'm saying. No one put a gun to your head and made you go on that woman raw. And made you go on that woman bareback. And made you emotionally thrust your sperm into this woman because you was feeling the way you was feeling at the time to have your children. It could have been disease involved. You know, that can happen. That's why I advocate you guys to strap on. But at the same time, what you just seen in the video is cringy, uncalled for, and so disturbed. Especially to a man who provides, who supports, and who cares for his children, who's there for his children. Did 10 years in prison, I did that and got out and jumped on a bandwagon of supporting my children. Missing years out of their lives. Missing the years that I can never make up again. I will never make those years up. Yeah, I can go have another child and try to do it that way. Shit, I'm good. I missed out for a reason. So I look at it like it was meant for a reason. For me to sit in that, in that cell, collect my thoughts, get to know me, and know that I'm not built to have more children. That's why I never did it. You got to think about your future. And also, not only thinking about your future, you must think about what you can withstand, what you can maintain within that time frame or within your lifespan. I was blessed to have the 2 children. Now having who I had on by is a totally different story. Like a motherfucker. And a lot of you guys and women definitely understand what I'm talking about. But the children are there. I love them. They're a part of my legacy. They are my legacy once I leave. And I just can't see myself coming around to that. But like I said, we're going to keep our wrists, elbows, knees, feet, and everything to the back of her neck, holding her down, locking her down, submerging her down at that game. Facts. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. As soon as I'm done with these videos, piping hot status, you're going to get it down your phone into your ear. All ear candy game. Facts. Oh, yeah. 1,000 or better is the, well, we had 1,000. Well, more than 1,000 is the goal. My video for fair use only, educational purposes only. Definitely educational purposes only with this one. Let's get straight back to it. Fellas, now, all of us men who have children, at some point, in our lives, we wish that we never had those children by certain women. Some of you guys probably wish I never had children. Me, I don't wish I never had them. Just wish I never had it by a certain woman. You get it? But at the same time, that's my problem. That's something I gotta deal with. Well, something I had to deal with. My children are grown now, so I don't really deal with that anymore. I just deal with my children. Since they was basically young teenagers and up, then I had them with cell phones and shit so we can keep in contact and go about that route. The fellas. No one knows what's ahead of them when you actually land there busting that nut. when you bring in about another lifespan, another human being, a child, or children, probably more than one. It may work out with you and the mother. You may rightfully raise those children to, be young adults and go off to college, trade school. Finish high school, you're in their lives. You and the mother, y'all co-parent in the same household. Y'all do what y'all do together. Y'all probably be married. That's a possibility that can happen. We're not going to throw that out the window like that's not there. But child support is in play for some reason. Child support is, why is child support in play? Because that happens also too. You can go down that route. That's why it's there. Child support is really there to mediate the finances between the parents, so the children can fairly receive what they're supposed to receive. Typically, the father's in. Yeah, you got women out here on child support too. Not as much as men. We already know men are at the larger scale. It's basically predominantly created for the man. So, typically for the man. So when you pay your portion of the child support, it goes to the mother. The mother trickles it down to the children. Some mothers don't. Some mothers keep the money and do what they do with the children, and the rest of the money go to them and how they live and their lifestyle. Some mothers ask for remodification, over and over and over again. If they even hear a snippet of you making a little bit amount, of money or more than what you was possibly making before, they're going to want to remodify, which means you go back in front of the judge and they decide whether you pay more or not. That's all that is. You can also modify your child support payments to lower to where it can be even around the board. And you pay your children a certain amount of months. That's what it is. No matter how much you make, you can do that too. See, a lot of guys don't know that. It's about who got the biggest guns. See, if you're dealing with a baby moms and she ain't got her finances together, put your money together, then you know what to do. You go hire a lawyer, get you a little team up in there, and make things even around the boards and make it to where she can't come and modify it again. Only way it can be modified is if the judge approves it to be modified due to your income, if it's increased or not. You can do that. A lot of guys don't know that. But it's who got the biggest guns. So if you got more money, you playing with more, more resources and networking a little more, you can beat her out. I've done it. Yeah. Beat her all the way out to where you only getting this set amount. That's what it is, to where it goes to the children, to where, you can fuck off the money all you want to. Cool, that's on you. But my heart always picked my children up, spent time with them. And I got a family member that can vouch for this, because this is nothing new with me. Spend time with them, pay my support, and go and, take them shopping, go to the movies, go out to eat, spend the time with them, because that's all that matters. With the children, it's the time you spend with them. They ain't really old enough to understand what's really happening with the business part of it, the financial part, and how your baby mama's trying to squeeze more money out of you because she's greedy and money hungry. That shit occur. Kids don't know that. It's not their fault. What kids see is the quality time that you're spending with them. So if you're spending that time with them and a little money or whatever, showing them that you love them and you care, they're going to always have your back. They're going to love you. They're going, oh, my father was there just as well. He may not stay with us, but he was there. My kids will tell you that all day. All day. They won't deny that. Not a bit. Not at all. That's because I already structured them to let them know, hey, I ain't got to be in the same household with you. I don't fuck with your mama like that, but at the same time, this is us. We're going to do this. Cool. And my baby mama always try to push for more, but I had a cap on it because I had the bigger guns. I had more resources and network my way to the, through the system to where everything came out on my end like it's supposed to, but you got to stay on top of your shit. You must stay on top of your game. As a man, that's what you got to do. You can't, look, child support's there. If you get put on it, you get put on it. Just learn how to work around it. Learn how to work through it, and not really work around it, but you get it, work through it to where it comes out in your favor. That's about it, because you got to remember, it's a mediating system for finances, And they, they cup theirs on the back end to get what they get. That's the game. It's business, so You ain't worried about that. You just know next time, keep your dick in your pants with the condom on. You did? And, when you pull that motherfucker out, have the condom still attached. And get up in it, make sure the condom's still on that motherfucker, man. You don't want to go through these problems over and over again. Now, talking to your children in this manner is a no-no. Don't do what that dude doing to his children. They don't understand that. That's why you think that boy sitting up there saying, why, daddy? Why? He don't know that moms are sitting over here recording and moms are sitting over here getting ready to set his ass up, get ready to set his father up for the system so they can see this recording and see that how he's been so cruel and mean to his children. Now, he's got his visitation rights kind of tampered with or possibly stripped because the way he's coming off at them. And the judge and them will see that and they'll go against that. They'll go against him like that. Real talk. She know what she's doing. He don't know that he's been recording. And the son just only been the son. He's only been the kid. Why, daddy? What's going on? He ain't knowing mom's over there recording and this is for the court. He probably see his mom record, but he don't know that this is for business. This is for legal purposes. He don't know that. He's a baby. So you got to forgive him for that. He don't know, but at the same time, the father created all this shit when he could have just kept it with him and her. Don't you tell your children no shit like that. Don't do it because she's already gassing their head up about you anyway in a negative way. And you help him throwing, fuel to the fire because you showing them that this is you that she's telling him. You don't do that. You got to show them something totally different. And when you show them children something totally different, then as they grow older, they're going to look at mama with the side eye like, mama, you on some bullshit. You been on some bullshit. Yeah, like my children know. They know what's up. Yeah. But it's how you structure things. He don't know what he's doing. You don't tell your children that because she want more money. She want more money because she's just a gold-digging ass woman. Not to say that it's all women. That's not all women, but that's her and women like her. Yeah, they going to come for the shit. And typically they do it because you're not fucking with them anymore. Typically, they do it because you're not fucking with them anymore. And a lot of times they do it because they want some more money. They want to increase. It's some greedy shit and all around the board. You ain't fucking with them and they want to increase. It's just greedy all around the board on their end, on the women's end. And this is how it plays out, fellas. This is how it plays out. This is what you see, right? Who wants to go through this shit? I've been through something similar to that. I know what it is. A lot of you fellas haven't. So you seeing this as a learning experience. You hearing me giving you the game on it. So there's no way you don't vet these women out before you bust that motherfucking nut in them and create another life. You get it? Your life is over, fellas, once you create a life. Do you really know? Because you're living for that child now. Yeah, of course you're living for yourself. Of course you're living and having fun and doing what you're doing. But your main focus is really for that child. Changing your life is for that child. Staying on guard is for that child. Having insurance and getting your money up and everything is for those children. You want to leave your legacy behind for those children that you created. Fuck the mama. She's out there. She's only there because that's their mama. Other than that, she's out the picture mentally. They ain't got to give a fuck about her. Do what you got to do for the children and keep stepping. That's it. And don't talk like that in front of them kids, man. You got a child, and fellas, if you're going through this right now, do not talk like this in front of your kids. That'll make them see you in the light that your mama already painted in their heads. That's going to make everything like, shit, she was right. The whole time, mama was right. Because you acting out of your character, out of emotions like a bitch. You don't bring that shit to your motherfucking children, especially a fucking little boy. Nah, you his role model. If you sit up here crying and complaining about shit, then he's going to feel it's cool for him to do it, right? You know what you're dealing with. Go hire you an attorney and take that shit up in court. It's just that simple. She ain't got no money. She probably ain't got no finances for no money. She come in with a public defender or try to defend herself or look for the motherfucking prosecuting attorney, DA office to help her. You'll crush that bitch out, man. Just get your bread and go get you an attorney. Just that simple. Yeah, like these videos, share them, and subscribe, fellas. It is the message. Real shit. Don't do this shit, man. Don't become that villain that your baby mama painted you as. Become bigger than that. Become bigger than her. And your children will always respect you. Real talk. I know. Holla.